Hey planner friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be planning for the month of July in my medium passion planner. Let's get started. So the kit that I'm using for the month of February is the In the Garden monthly from Plannerface. I do PR for Plannerface, so you can use my code down in the description to save yourselves a little bit of money and also mention me for a freebie. You may recognise the art in this kit because I used the weekly version back at the end of February, beginning of March, and I try not to use the same kit twice in a year, but some of the monthly kits this year do match up with my weekly kits and I'm not mad about it, mostly because I'm using them on different months, so the theme colour for that month that I've picked out of the kit is different and I think it gives it a bit of a different vibe each time. As usual with my monthly spreads, there's not much of a pen base, so I've just highlighted over the top of the calendar boxes on days where I'm not going to be at work, and when I started setting up this spread that was just the weekends. I've also highlighted over two of the project sections in the bottom left hand corner and then left the other project section free of colour because I'm going to be covering it with my mini calendar later in the spread. As usual, I've started by covering up the grey boxes that aren't in the month of July, so I've used one of the washi headers which I've cut off of the date strip to cover up those grey boxes, and then filling in the little gap with all of the glitter strips from the kit. I find that this fits perfectly in the hardcover passion planner, but in the regular softbound passion planners, which have slightly different dimensions, this doesn't fit quite so well. Next I'm moving on to my date strips, so I'm first laying Wednesday back to Monday and trimming Sunday off that side, and then laying Thursday to Saturday and adding Sunday onto the right hand side. Plannerface does do Monday start date strips, but they still have Monday to Thursday on one side, so I would have to trim them to fit them in a passion planner anyway. Next I'm centering my month sticker over that big washi piece that I laid down, and then I've cut 1 cm chunks from the box covers in this kit to lay across the top above the date covers. I wasn't 100% sure about adding just a massive chunk of brown above the date covers, but there are some brown stickers throughout the spread that I think it kind of all ties in together. Next we can move on to my sidebar, so I use half of the decorative sidebar from the kit, and I've just trimmed this down to fit over the people to see and monthly focus boxes, and then I'm adding 2 of the 4-heart checklists into the things to learn and places to go boxes, and covering those up with the goals and to buy headers. If I was going to set this spread up again, I'd probably put something under that decorative sidebar because you can really clearly see the headers through it, but now that it's down on the page, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Continuing with moving anti-clockwise around the spread, I'm using the 2 skinny washi pieces from the kit to fit over the work and personal project section. On the personal project side, I'm going to add in my monthly actions, and then on the work project side, as I said already, I'm going to be including my mini calendar for tracking walkies. To cover up the break it down header, I've just cut 6mm chunks from the box covers and using those. Again, the brown isn't my favourite, but I think it ties in once all of my plans are laid down. Next I'm just going to speed through putting all of my date flags down. As usual, these are one of the few stickers that I use tweezers for so that I don't get super bad hand cramp by the time I've laid 31 stickers down, and I didn't think you needed to see me lay every single one of them down either. To finish off my base, I'm just adding in my habit tracker, which is something that I make in Excel and print off on sticker paper myself, and then my mini calendar that I've already mentioned. So now we can get into my actual plans for the month, and as usual I'm going to try and get through these chronologically, but I'm starting with a Build You sticker on Friday the 1st, which I've cut in half horizontally so that it doesn't take up so much space in my planner, and then I'm also using a skinny event label and a phone doodle from the kit to mark in a meeting at work, as well as a bin doodle to remind me that Friday is bin day. Next I'm using one of the quarter boxes and the plate doodle from the kit to mark that my boyfriend's parents are coming down this day, and I'm pretty sure we're going to go for lunch somewhere. As with my weekly spreads, I trim all of these stickers a little bit so that they fit nicely within the lines of the calendar boxes. Moving on to the first full week of July, I'm first marking in a bill, again using a Build You sticker that I've trimmed in half horizontally. The 5th is going to be a pretty full day on this calendar, so I'm first marking in a friend's birthday using one of the birthday labels from the kit, but with the birthday present over the top of the cake icon because I prefer the look of the present. And then I'm using another quarter box and one of the car icons from the kit to mark in this is the day that I'm getting my windscreen repaired. If you haven't seen my last weekly plan with me when this video goes up, then I explain everything about the drama of my windscreen in that video. Moving on to the 6th, I'm adding in another Build You sticker, again that I've cut in half. And then I remember that I should have marked in working from home on Tuesday, so I used these Plannerface laptop doodles, which are now discontinued, but just to mark in all of my work from home days. So I'll add one of those in on the Tuesday and then also the Thursday of that week. On the Thursday of that week, my boyfriend is leaving to go to a music festival, so I'm marking that in using another quarter box and another one of the car doodles from the kit. So on the Friday of that week, I've had to take a half day from work so that Reggie isn't alone for the entire day, and I note half days from work with a diagonal chunk at the top of the box being coloured in. For the second week of July, I first marked in another work from home day, and now I'm using one of the regular event labels from the kit to mark in my first PT session of the month. I'm then going to mark in another work from home day and 2 more bin days that I forgot as I was going along. I'm still getting the hang of doing a monthly plan with me's like chronologically. On Friday the 15th, I'm marking in another work meeting with a skinny event label and a pencil doodle. And then on the 16th, I'm marking in a big family barbecue that we're going to in the afternoon, so I'm using one of these half boxes from the kit and also the wine doodle to mark that in. I won't be drinking too much this year though because I'm going to be driving, so someone else is going to have to take the responsibility of falling over into the recycling this year. Moving on to the third full week of July, and I'm again marking in a work from home day using one of those Plannerface icons, and then marking in another friend's birthday, again using a birthday present doodle and a label. On the 21st, we have another work from home day, payday, and another friend's birthday. July and August are like chock full of birthdays in my planner every year. I know so many summer babies. On the 23rd, I'm adding in the symbol for the best star sign of them all, Leo, not that I'm biased, and that is again one of the simple stickers that I make myself. Moving on to the last week of July, I'm starting off with another bill and then another skinny event label with a bow doodle from the kit to mark in another work meeting. On the 26th, I added in a quarter box with the last birthday present doodle from the kit, and this was to mark in my nan's birthday. My nan's birthday is on the 27th, and I realised this after I'd stuck all the stickers down that I was looking at the wrong date on my iCal in front of me. So I go through laying it all down, making sure that it's all in the right sort of place and it's all kind of straight and everything, and then I'm like, I have to pick this up immediately and move it over to the 27th. So now that I've done that, we can move on to the 28th, and again I'm marking that I'm working from home using an icon from Plannerface, and then using a regular event label from the kit to mark in my second PT session of the month. And that is it for all of my planning stickers. Now I'm going to go back in and fill in some of those days that don't really have a lot going on with some of the decorative boxes from the kit. I started doing this in my monthly setup last month and I didn't end up moving any of the boxes that I actually laid down in the first place, so I'm going to try it again this month and see how it goes. I would usually add these decorative boxes in as I go along through the month once I don't have anything to mark down on a particular day, but then I realised that the days that I kind of expected to have to put a decorative box in were actually days that I ended up having to put a decorative box in, so I figured I'd start doing it preemptively. Because I already put all of my date flags down while setting up the base of this spread, I'm peeling up the date flags and then sticking them back over the top of the decorative box. This is again why I use removable stickers, because even though those date flags have been down for 2 weeks at the time that I put the decorative boxes in, they still peeled up really nicely. If you haven't seen one of my monthly plan with me's where I explained this before, I do the base of the spread around the 15th of the month, and then I go back in towards the end of the previous month and actually fill in all of my plans and finish the video. As I mentioned before, I do try and post a mid-month and end-of-month picture of this spread on my Instagram, so make sure you're following me over there if you want to see how this spread evolves over the course of the month. So I'm sure I say this every month, and I'm sure I say that every month as well. I can't believe that it's July. I don't know where June went. I was talking to someone at work about this today, and I told Tim that my car was getting repaired on the 5th of July, and he was like, that's ages away. I was like, it's next week. I definitely feel like this year is flying by, and I think it's because we can actually start going and doing stuff again. So my weeks have been really full because I've been doing more stuff at work, and I've also been doing more stuff socially and just things around the house as well, with the garden and Reggie and everything. And I think I read somewhere, I think it was a scientific paper, but I can't remember exactly where I found it, but the pandemic has warped our perception of time a little bit, so that might be why everything seems to be going so fast at the moment. Before I started setting up this monthly spread, I flipped over from the June reflection page expecting the July monthly spread and realised that that's where the mid-year check-in is in an annual passion planner, and I was like, no, I'm not doing this at the moment. I don't want to check in. I mean, I've got a vague idea of what I want to do with the rest of the year, but I'm not sure that I want to commit it to paper and break it down into like a mind map at the moment. My original target date for the submission of my professional portfolio at work is January 2023, so we'll see if that happens. I'm going to try and do some more work on it in the next 6 months, but thankfully that date is flexible, so if I don't hit that target, then I just keep doing my current job for a bit longer. The habits that I track on my monthly spread have been pretty much the same all year. I'm doing pretty well with most of them apart from Duolingo, which is still just not vibing with me at the moment. And then of course my gym goals change every 4 months anyway, because that's when I change my programs up so that I don't get too bored or too like stuck in a rut. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you have any big plans for the next 6 months or anything that you really want to work on that you're going to be using your planner for. I'd love to hear your ideas. So that is pretty much it for my pre-planning for the month of July. I'm really happy with how this spread is shaping up already. It looks really full and I can't wait to fill it with memories and other stuff that comes up throughout the month. So that's everything for this video, friends. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed it, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye!